Welcome to Yankee Chronicle. I'm Elizabeth DeRazio, your host, and Yankee Chronicle is again here at Harborside Trading. We will hear from Rhonda about her sister store, Mountainside Trading in Newbury, and what makes it unique and different. We'll learn about this year's duck drop at Mount Sunapee, raising funds for the Boys and Girls Club of Central New Hampshire. Jim Calhane, the president and CEO of the Lake Sunapee Region, will join our Laura James for a few notes on Medicare re-enrollment this year. And we'll close with our Abby Peel at Preferred Building Systems in Claremont, a premier home construction company. But first, a few words from the good businesses that make this possible for us to continue as your local view. Please stay with us.
This program is supported by Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire since 1997, with roots going back much further as the country press, AccuMail, and the home of the Kearsarge shopper. Echo Communications.
Can I go to the sleepover?
I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, "No thanks, not my thing."
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Welcome to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Elizabeth DeRazio, and I'm joined by Rhonda Gurney here, right here at the Harborside in Sunapee. But you may not know that this year she purchased the Mountainside over in Newbury. And we're going to talk about what she's done over there to that shop and why we need to look for the blue moose when we drive by. So thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Elizabeth.
So as if you weren't busy enough here, really keeping the shop the magical place that it is, you decided to hop over to Newbury and tell us what you did there to really amp it up and make it special.
So my friend Leanne had the store. It was Sunapee Trading Post.
Yes.
And she called me one day. She had gotten a job and wanted to sell the store. She loved my store here so much that she thought that I would do a good job.
And you have. One of the things you've really tried to do with this store and now with Mountainside is make sure that they give back to the community. And right now you're actually working with local artisan Peter Gunn of CW Design to do boards for board. Tell us a little bit about that initiative.
Yes, so he makes these beautiful cutting boards, gets a lot of his materials as scrap from local cabinet shops, and he puts them together, and they're just beautiful. And his passion to give back is to give a majority of the proceeds to the Kearsarge Region Food Pantry, and I love that, and so we will do that at Mountainside and at Harborside.
And the thing is, these boards are completely usable, so as much as we
Absolutely.
say that they're gorgeous, feel free to put them out at a holiday table or every day. They're really durable and food safe and just a wonderful piece to be proud of. And that's just one of the facets of things that you're doing over at Mountainside. The other thing you mentioned is really making sure that you have beautiful, unique jewelry pieces. And I know you're wearing one right now you're sharing with us. Tell us a little about the jewelry offerings over there.
Yes, so one of the artists we have is Katie Flint from right here in Sunapee, and she has a beautiful line of silver jewelry. The other line I have is this beautiful bracelet. It's actually a fork.
It's incredible.
I love it, and it's so much fun. We have earrings and other jewelry that are made by local artists as well. And we're really trying to support local artists. And what's really fun is when you do that, you can have things that are specific to where you are, not just buying something, somewhere that says
online.com.
Right, exactly. And you ask, hey, would you make something that has the Loon Island Lighthouse on it, or the ski trails?
Right.
And well, next week, here you go. It's wonderful.
And that's the nice thing is, so Mountainside really has a unique character to it because it's right there by the base of the mountain, right across from the inn. You can't miss it. You let us know it's open by putting the blue moose outside. That's kind of our unique calling card. And anybody can come if maybe you're just passing through, you're a skier and you're just coming up, you can get all of your beautiful Newbury gear. I'm absolutely loving the shirt, by the way. It's fabulous. And we have all the things like that help us commemorate our visit, or maybe if we're a local, be proud of our town. And the other thing you like to do is you like to say that it's more than a tourist trap. This isn't a tourist stop. This really is your local gift shop. So if someone's anniversary is coming up or a wedding or things like that, you've got handmade items that are locally made by local artisans year round. So if we missed a fair or something, we didn't miss out on the opportunity of giving a meaningful gift.
Right.
You also have, I like this, the wrapping, because at the last minute, if I'm running late, the last thing I need to do is run around and get wrapping paper, but it's a personal experience. Tell us how you make that last finishing touch count.
Yes. Well, we have gift bags, and we know that so many people are in a hurry, especially when there's so many weddings in the area. Some people will forget their wedding card or their gift back at home, but they really need something right now. So it feels good to be able to help them out. Yeah, I love that.
So if you are looking for the perfect gift that has meaning to both you and the fact that you purchased it from someone who made it with heart and supports a local store, really, you got to go to Mountainside or Harborside and really check out and make your purchase count. We have an opportunity to right now do something as the economy is picking up, but to help support local artisans, to give back to the community, and really say with our purchasing that we love New Hampshire and we love this area.
Yeah.
And I want to thank Rhonda for really being part of that and making that an initiative in both of her stores. So check them both out. Remember, if you're in Newbury, look for the Blue Moose. When we return, we will be at Mount Sunapee Resort in Newbury for an update on this year's duck drop, which is a week earlier this year. I'll be back after this message from another of the businesses that underwrites your Yankee Chronicle right here on YCN, Your Local View. You could become a supporter too. Email info@ycnnow.com to learn more.
This program is supported by Main Street Bookends of Warner for books, toys, games, cards, gifts, and a gallery of local art. Main Street Bookends of Warner.
The American Red Cross blood supply is at historically low levels this winter, and we're facing a dangerous situation across the country. Without the blood they need, hospitals may be forced to make tough decisions about patient care. Donors are needed now to ensure blood is available for everyone who needs it when they need it. The good news is, you can help. Make an appointment to give now. Visit redcrossblood.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS. Patients are counting on you.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host this week, Elizabeth DeRazio. One of the real assets in our area is the services provided by the Boys and Girls Club of Central New Hampshire. To help keep costs down, we are joined by the team that makes the Duck Drop fundraising event happen, and their lead sponsor, Brett Cusick of North Cape Design Build, is here. Brett?
Hey everybody, we're about to come up on the 8th annual Duck Drop here at Mount Sunapee Resort, put on by my company, North Cape Design. And we're thrilled for what we have in store this year with 56 partner companies as of this morning. And we've already raised over $100,000 before we sold a single duck this year. So October 5th, we hope to see you guys here at the mountain. So when we started the event 8 years ago, the idea was to give back to the community, and all the proceeds go to the Boys and Girls Club of Central and Northern New Hampshire.
Yeah, so the Boys and Girls Club, we have grown quite a bit over the past few years, and in the past several years, we've expanded into the Kearsarge Sunapee area. We now have 6 sites. We serve over 300 kids annually from after-school program, summer camp, early learning, infant toddler, and just in these past several years, we have served over 22,000 meals and snacks for our members within the communities in this region. So thrilled to be here. Couldn't be more thankful for Brett and his team at North Cape and the mountain as well for everything they do for these efforts. So here at Mount Sunapee,
we are so excited to be hosting the duck drop again this year. You can see us sitting on the chair right now. This is where you guys are going to be headed up to throw your ducks off of the lift. When you're up at the top, you can take a stop, walk around, check out the beautiful views of Lake Sunapee, grab some food, come back down, and we're going to be having our fall bash here on Flyway. It's going to be a great time. We have bounce houses, we have axe throwing, we have food, we have beer, we have pumpkin painting. There's something for everyone, the whole family. So we're super excited to welcome you out, raise money for a great cause, and we can't wait to see you on October 5th.
And you can go to nhduckdrop.com where you can buy your ducks ahead of time. If you do buy them ahead of time, you'll be able to skip the line, which is a really good thing. And you'll also be able to see a lot of the prizes that we have this year. So again, lots of great partnerships this year. Some of our main sponsors, Crown Point Cabinetry, every year come back. Wonderful, wonderful partner. This year, KVC Builders has jumped on board to be one of our lead sponsors as well. And of course, Mount Sunapee, and our web sponsor is Danconia Media. So again, we have 56 local companies that have stepped up already this year, so it's a very, very exciting thing for us. And by the way, we are a week earlier than we have been in years past, so it is not the long weekend. It is October 5th. See you there.
Wow. Thank you, Brett, and all the businesses that make this fun event happen each and every year. When we return, our Laura James will be with Jim Calhane of the Lake Sunapee Region VNA and Hospice for a discussion about Medicare re-enrollment for this year. So keep it tuned to YCN, your local view, after this message from another supporter of your Yankee Chronicle.
This program is supported by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. Their full-service model offers oil delivery, propane, motor fuels with design, installation, service, and maintenance of all types of oil, gas, and alternative energy systems, as well as air conditioning, water conditioning systems, and their highly trained and friendly staff will assist you throughout the process of buying, installing, and servicing a full line of energy products. H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. This week we are presented by Harborside and Mountainside Trading. I'm Elizabeth DeRazio, your host. Every year at this time, it's the enrollment period from Medicare. If you are of age or you have a family member that is, you need to hear this. Let's join our Laura James with Jim Calhane to learn more.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm Laura James, and I'm joined today by an old friend we've spoken to before and so grateful. Jim Calhane, you are the President and CEO of the VNA.
Yeah, it's great to see you again, Laura.
So glad to have you back. Thank you so much.
You.
So, full disclosure, I am 64, looking into Medicare.
Yeah.
So, hence our conversation today.
Yeah.
So, there's some important things to know about Medicare, right?
There are. We're coming upon an important season in the realm of Medicare, which is the open enrollment season, which is beginning on October 15th through December 7th.
It's coming up?
It is coming up quickly. That virtually everybody who is approaching 65 or older than 65 is about to be inundated, and I do mean inundated with text, emails, letters, with material from a variety of insurance companies looking to sign you up to their Medicare Advantage product. And Medicare Advantage is the Medicare program that allows you to purchase, in essence, commercial insurance under the Medicare name, which is separate than, or which is different than traditional Medicare.
Okay, so let's slow that down for a minute, because I think that's a really important point. We've all been inundated, right? But there is a difference between what the insurance companies are trying to sell you, not saying they're good or bad, but then also what Medicare will provide.
Absolutely.
And Medicare provides a couple different levels. So can you help us understand for those?
Yeah, that's a great question. So there's traditional Medicare, which is the Medicare that's been in existence for over 50 years now, which is a very broad and flexible insurance that we've all been paying into that allows you to take advantage of health care in really any place. It's transportable. And it's free. Medicare Part A is free. That's correct, which is the primary Medicare that most people obtain when they turn age 65. Some people also pursue a secondary insurance and Medicare Part B, which covers some additional items. The secondary insurance will cover items that Medicare approves but doesn't pay for. So a lot of people will choose a package of traditional Medicare and say Medicare Part B and a secondary insurance just to have a well-rounded insurance product, basically.
Okay, so when you say Medicare will, in the Part B, will approve but not pay for, help us understand what that means.
So a lot of people will pursue Medicare secondary insurance. There's a lot of companies that do that. Blue Cross Blue Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, Harvard Pilgrim, AARP. And what they do is they cover out-of-pocket costs that Medicare will approve a service but not necessarily pay the entire bill for. So for instance, if you are in a facility and Medicare will cover 80%, the secondary insurance will cover the additional 20%. So your out-of-pocket for certain services would be nothing.
Let me ask you a question. If you choose to not go through the secondary level, can you get those services through Medicare itself?
You can. So you can get services covered, but you may have an out-of-pocket associated with it.
Gotcha. So you're paying it to Medicare then as opposed to the private insurer.
That's correct. Yep. So traditional Medicare, which is the insurance that we've all been paying into, is a very comprehensive insurance that approves a lot. Doesn't pay 100% for everything, and that's why some people pursue a secondary insurance to cover what Medicare approves, but doesn't necessarily cover the bill in full for.
Now, Jim, how do you sort through it? If you decide not to get the additional services, we'll call it, from Medicare, how do I know who to go through?
It's complicated. And Medicare Advantage, which is really the commercial market's entry into providing services to Medicare beneficiaries, and what that basically is that Medicare will pay an insurance, such as Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, to manage a person's Medicare benefits for them, basically. So the Medicare Advantage is your Medicare benefits, but being managed by a commercial insurance. So there's pros and cons. And while we don't favor one versus the other, there are perks to certain products. And we always say, understand based upon your needs as an individual, what insurance product is best for you. And we say that because everybody has unique needs. Some people are healthy, some people are not. Some people have chronic diseases, some people are not. Some people have financial security while others do not. So understanding what Medicare, a traditional Medicare offers, as well as what a Medicare Advantage product offers, and make a decision based upon your needs.
Is so important. But two very important things that I want to talk about first. Okay, so how can I find out? You had mentioned there's a connection.
There is. So there's a variety of ways people can better understand what products out there are best for them. From a Medicare Advantage standpoint, certainly you can do your own research. You can go online. Every program has a list of what is and what isn't covered, and you can get into the details about that. You can work through an insurance broker. There's a lot of insurance brokers that some people take advantage of. In our area, we can also take advantage of ServiceLink, which is the county-wide services that are available.
You can see that on the bottom of the screen as well.
Yes, you will provide that information. ServiceLink has a service where they are willing and able to sit down with individuals to walk through the different options and try to create a plan and help you choose a plan that's best for you based on your needs.
And Jim, we try to stay in the positives, but tell me about United Healthcare.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, Laura. So one of the reasons why we're promoting and trying to provide education on Medicare Advantage products, because not all Medicare Advantage products are the same. Some are good, some are okay, some are less than good. The issue that we have here is that United Healthcare doesn't have a contract with Lake Sunapee VNA to provide home health care services in the area.
Oh dear.
The primary concern is that United Healthcare doesn't pay what it costs us to provide services. Not unique to us. Other visiting nurse associations in the state have either canceled their contracts or are in their process of canceling the contract. United Healthcare, even though it made a record $22 billion in profit last year, has a business model where they pay visiting nurse associations below what it costs to provide services.
And we love and know our VNA, and for what you do for our community, that's not a good thing.
It's problematic because what that forces us to do is subsidize United Healthcare, meaning we have to seek additional money such as donations to pay for what we feel United Healthcare should be providing. So the issue is that because of that lack of contract with United Healthcare, again, not just us, not just our VNA, but other organizations as well, that individuals have a hard time and or may not be able to find certain services. Coming back to my original point, which is understand what you're purchasing when you look at Medicare Advantage products.
Service Link. It sounds like a good connection to help sort through it.
And if home care services, a visiting nurse association that provides home care hospice services are important to you, find an insurance that provides those coverage for those services, because you may very well need
May I say
them.
Because it's important to us. We're all, I mean, what you do in our community is just, it goes without saying. We're going to wrap it up, but we have to get our shots, yes? I know you're going to be talking more about that.
Thank you for bringing that up as well. I would be remiss if I didn't say from a public service announcement standpoint that it is flu season. It is COVID-19 as continues to be a problem for us. So we always recommend that people obtain their flu shot. You can obtain your flu shots fairly easily these days by way of doctor's offices or your local pharmacy. COVID-19 has not gone away. It continues to cause problems.
It's a big summer.
And I'm sad to say it continues to impact some of the people and the people who can least afford to be sick, unfortunately. So obtain your COVID-19 vaccine.
COVID-19 flu shot, and speak to your doctor about the recommendations.
Absolutely.
That being said, do we shake hands still? I don't know the protocol.
Absolutely, we do.
Thank you so much, Jim
Thanks,
Calhane.
Laura. I appreciate it. Good seeing you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you, Jim and Laura. When we return, our Abby Peel will close out the show with a trip to Preferred Building Systems to hear about their unique process of constructing your next home. But first, these words from our other good businesses that support programming on YCN, your local view.
This program is supported by the Innertown Record, your weekly hometown community newspaper covering the Kearsarge Sunapee Sunshine region of New Hampshire. The Innertown Record.
You're looking at the #1 cause of lung cancer. That's why the Surgeon General issued this warning. Now you're looking at the #1 cause of lung cancer for non-smokers. That's why the Surgeon General issued this warning. Radon is an invisible radioactive gas that seeps inside your home from underground. Whether you smoke or not, radon can cause lung cancer. Protect your family. Have your home tested. Call 1-800-SOS-RADON. Radon problems can be fixed.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel, coming to you from Preferred Building Systems here in Claremont, and I'm now joined by John Formicelli, who's one of the salespeople here. Hi, John.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
I'm excited to hear about your side of this industry because you are one of the first people that people meet when they come to start working here, and you're one of the last. So you're going to really tie this whole thing together, which will be exciting. Yes. Talk about your experience working here and also leading up to this job of working at Preferred Building Systems.
I started off after I graduated from college. I ended up purchasing a couple of apartment buildings, renovating things along that line. I ended up building my own house along the lines. As I worked my way through that, basically just kind of gaining a lot of knowledge. Up to when I started here 4 years ago, I had not had a lot of knowledge in modular style construction. Coming through here on a tour and learning about the industry in general really kind of opened my eyes to the opportunity to be able to build in a factory setting the way we have. It's nice to be able to kind of see the process from beginning to end, and like you're saying, I deal with the customers as they come directly in. We sell directly to builders, and we also have a large amount of homeowners that are looking to get paired up with a large amount of these independent builders that we work with. So it's really nice. There's such a wide range of people that we end up having to kind of make these things happen
for. Sure. And how amazing too that the builders, particularly, you must start to know really well because you work with them repetitively.
So that's a nice part too. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm working a large portion of my builds are in New Hampshire and in Massachusetts. When I start a project, I'm dealing with the amount of varieties that people have to look into. What are you looking for?
Right, and their dream list.
And what is your dream list?
Yeah.
You know, and
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Talk about the difference between a modular build and then stick build. There's a lot of benefits to modular.
Well, so the benefits to modular in general are the fact that we're building inside a facility, so you're not really dealing with a rainy day,
climate,
or a very, very sunny day.
Yep.
So there's a lot of elements that we are able to control by having it inside the environment. We build stick-built houses inside a facility, basically.
Yes.
It's a stick-built house that is going to appreciate in value. It's definitely something that is going to be tighter than most stick builders can achieve on the out in the field.
Sure.
The way we build is a little bit different from what most people can do out in the field because we actually kind of build it in reverse.
Yeah.
It's an interesting process.
It is very interesting.
Always love to show the projects.
Yeah.
So the process basically is we are working on these houses here in the facility. We're working directly with these builders and they're able to actually start the project in the field while we're doing a portion of this build. It really speeds up their jobs. They're able to work on that project and then even think about future projects.
And then with a normal stick build, you'd have to wait till certain things were done, clearing, driveways in, that sort of thing. And you're saying it can be done at the same time.
At the same time.
Fascinating. So a customer calls, you've created their vision, designed it, you've seen it build, and then you get the exciting part of getting to sort of deliver this to them and see that process through. Talk about that.
So that is one of the more satisfying parts of the procedure. At the end, when we actually deliver the house, I'll go to the set. It's quite an amazing event to see a house that wasn't there in the morning, and all of a sudden, by the end of the afternoon,
it's there.
It's there, and the homeowner has got their house. It's quite satisfying in that sense.
That must feel really good too. That you've not only seen it through, but their dream has also been seen through.
Absolutely.
Yeah, amazing. Well, John, really interesting. And if people are interested in learning more from you, I'm sure they can contact you and learn about the whole sales part of this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, John and Abby. What an interesting operation and another aspect of LaValley's operation right here in our area. Join us again next week for another Yankee Chronicle, your who, what, where, and when show of the Kearsarge Lake Sunapee region. Just a reminder, the YCN Game of the Week is live Friday starting at 6:23 p.m. from Kearsarge as they host Monadnock and football action. Games replay every Sunday and Monday at noon and 7 p.m. on TDS channels 13 and 1013, NCTV8, Roku, Apple TV, and for those that don't have cable, our YCNnow.com. I'm Elizabeth Durazio. Join us again next week for a fresh edition of your Yankee Chronicle. Enjoy fall, everyone.
This program is supported by H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. Their full-service model offers oil delivery, propane, motor fuels with design, installation, service, and maintenance of all types of oil, gas, and alternative energy systems, as well as air conditioning, water conditioning systems, and their highly trained and friendly staff will assist you throughout the process of buying, installing, and servicing a full line of energy products. H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating. Echo Communications, a digitally integrated commercial printer and mailer located in New London, New Hampshire since 1997, with roots going back much further as the country press, AccuMail, and the home of the Kearsarge shopper. Echo Communications. Main Street Bookends of Warner. For books, toys, games, cards, gifts, and a gallery of local art. Main Street bookends of Warner. The Innertown Record, your weekly hometown community newspaper covering the Kearsarge Sunapee Sunshine region of New Hampshire. The Innertown Record.